So earlier I went back and we talked about airplanes and movies and then I went back and I showed you where I first recorded it happening. Those are incredible things. They're almost impossible to think, you know what I mean? Even for me, even if I'm watching it. So we'll say a little bit about each of those now. We knew there was a movie that was supposed to happen or going to happen. Doug Preston and Forrest Fenn in the last interview, Doug says how Linda Hopes didn't take it, but he said there will be a movie. Like, that was a statement. It wasn't there will be a movie. Now planes is another thing. Forrest only ever gave us one picture and said that's where the treasure chest was. There's a picture in his book, and it's this airplane dipping over a valley, and it's dropping bombs on people. And there's two X's on the map. X marks the spot. Dropping bombs on people. You know, Force is so good with wordplay. We might look at that picture and really think we're seeing bombs. But if we think about the rest of the narrative and the way he spoke past us and his wordplay, we could assume maybe that dropping bombs would be information. Maybe this new blogcast, The Truth of Forrest Fenn and the Real McCoy. Maybe what we're doing right here is dropping bombs. So X marks the spot, I guess, is what's left. And then he talked about planes also. The first magazine was International Flight Magazine, I think, is what it was, right? United Airline Magazine. That was the first magazine that the poem for the Thrill of the Chase and the story behind the Thrill of the Chase was advertised, and that's the first magazine that picked it up. So those are two times that we heard things about airplanes. And more, of course, is the Vietnam pilot and My War for Me, and there's a lot to do with airplanes and Forrest's story. Now, did we see the iceberg theory? No, we didn't. I didn't. You didn't. We didn't. But now, this is Friday, July 19th. So this is just a few weeks of my life or months of my life. Now this is a 4-year occurrence, and since my sister's death in March 15th, 2022, it's gradually increased. It went from diving planes, it went from Cessnas to jets. Now we have pictures in the sky, much more pictures, or maybe I'm not noticing things until now. Maybe I'm not comprehending what I'm seeing as much. But I went through so many phones and thousands of screenshots and trying to understand things that I've lost a lot over the time. But I've also kept a lot, and it never goes away, so I don't lose anything really. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip through some of these pictures and we're going to see how you feel about them. You could just believe that the clouds made them, and that'd be fine with me if that's what you choose to believe. We'll point out what's actually making them here pretty soon. Now, we all know the story of Eric Sloan, for whom the bell tolls. They said there's a UFO in all of Eric Sloan's paintings. That's an odd bit of information. I mean, to hear something like that, a man drawing UFOs. Now, what is it? We think of UFOs, it's always a flying saucer, right? Now, an identified flying object. So I'd assume that you could be in a UFO if you just didn't show up on radar. That would make you a UFO. I mean, to the United States Air Force, that's what makes a UFO. We don't assume everything is an alien aircraft. It's just unidentified at the moment. A lot of these pictures were taken while at work. One of my favorites. The squirrel. Pretty cool. Now, if you can imagine a cloud doing that, that'd be pretty cool too. I really like the heart with horns. I really like the heart with horns. Now they dissipate so quickly that it's hard to get a steady picture sometimes. Um, that's actually how you can tell the difference if you're looking up at a picture, if it's a cloud or if it's a plane, because of the dissipation rate. The cloud doesn't dissipate, whereas some of these dissipate faster, and I'm able to see. You see the footprint. Reminds me of the footprints in the sand, except it's not in sand now, is it? They look like two separate footprints, like maybe you got somebody walking beside you don't know sometimes. Like feels that way. There's a better shot on them. I hope she don't have that big of feet. And a heart. Maybe hearts. And more hearts. And more hearts. Who knows? There's going to be a few odds and ends in here, and I'll try to get past them. There's some blank spots. Maybe I'll jump back real quick. Won't make you look at my ashtray. Now this, how could that not be anybody's favorite? How could a man be delusional or believe a cloud wrote I love you in the clouds? I'd be delusional to think that the clouds wrote I love you is what would make me delusional, to be completely honest with you. A little better shot of it. My comfort control module. I went to Arby's one night and there was hearts flying up in the storm clouds. It was pretty cool. There they are in the distance. We can zoom into them. Another one over there. It's fascinating, to be honest with you. Some of those stuff's just my geriatrics. X marks the spot. And A's, of course. I thought that was hearts in the distance, but it's not. There are some hearts in the distance. Just a stormy day at work. Just a walk in the clouds, huh? Now, it'd be hard to imagine what that represents, but I believe if the right people see it, they would understand. Especially being the men on the ladders that are on the chest. If you would like to hear further, you would probably want to go read The Romance of the Rose, which is the poem associated with the men on ladders on the chest. Now this is a heart. But inside the heart, there's a UFO. Oh, there's two UFOs. That is what's drawing pictures in the sky. Eric Sloane's paintings always had UFOs. Nice picture of the moon. Somewhere in there they might be. Sometimes they're there. I've only caught them a few times in the pictures. Those are some of them. Escaping into the clouds. It's fun playing hide and seek sometimes. While I'm watching the road. There she is again, sneaking away. I knew I had her. Wonder what kind of pictures I'd have if I had a better phone. Her slipping through the clouds. And there's another heart. And hook. Hook, line, and sinker, I suppose. My turtle. What was a doggish alligator at one time. We've reached almost the end, people. Just swirling through the sky. I think we'll end. Beautiful picture I took in Dinesta. I hope you all enjoy. Hope you join me again next time. Thank you. Have a great day.